Alright guys, because I'm getting asked this question quite a bit again, I guess I'm going to make another video about it. I guess I do it once a year anyway, but how long does it take you to make those combo videos, tech videos, whatever, that you do on the do? And if you like these videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share. If you want to support the channel, thanks, I appreciate it. And how long does it take to do? Well, it's hard to say. What part are we talking about? Much like when I talked about, competitive video games, that some people can talk a good game, but they can't play. And then, there's that other aspect, then some people can actually play, but they can't talk. Well, if you think about being a combo guy or a tech guy, whatever it is, or people call them galaxy brains, there's another word, lab monster or some kind of fucking shit. I don't remember. I don't know all the fucking words the community calls people, but there's different aspects of this. Like even a combo, right? There's the ability to actually execute the combo. There's the brainstorming aspect of being able to do a combo. And then there's the actual like labbing, making your idea work. So which part are you talking about, right? Because let's use that tiger knee stuff with Gogeta, right? Which I think is funny because people want to act like they're experts on it. And they're like, oh, God, the community is so stupid. The tiger knee stuff, right? How long did it, like, let's say the brain theorizing part of Gogeta's tiger knee. I did that basically instantly. I looked at that clip, and you can go look back, and I was like, you know what? Right when they showed off Gogeta, I was like, I bet he's going to have a way to do those tiger knee links. You're going to be able to link off that move. And people are like, oh, you're crazy, Clayton. He's insane. He thinks that he figured Gogeta out without ever playing the game. Called Gogeta, just like I have all these other characters without ever playing it. So that, in terms of that theorizing, that was very easy. Now labbing it, how much time did it take to actually lab that once I got the game? I don't know. I mean, I could see that it worked, but obviously it took a lot of finagling. I had to get used to the properties. I had to see how it actually felt, etc. So it took a while. And then to do it, it depends on what you're talking about. So let's say an example now, right? That triple tiger knee loop that I did, right? That brainstorming that, labbing that only took a couple of minutes. The brainstorming, that's already gone. The brainstorming part is out of the equation. The labbing, you know what I mean? You saw the patch notes. It's like, oh, well, now you can do just a medium to downward laser beam Gallic gun. So, it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is going to work. So you labbed it. How long did it take to lab? Maybe just a couple of minutes. Just see how far can I take this. And then to do that combo, it took maybe like 15 minutes, right? But there's other combos that maybe sometimes, you know what I mean? The labbing might be the hardest thing. You might be like, oh man, this combo is just like racking my brain. It might take 15 minutes to lab. Maybe it takes 15 minutes to lab, right? You're like, what am I doing? It's like, boom, boom, got to do this. Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. And then once you do it, maybe it only takes a couple minutes. Maybe it takes 10 minutes, whatever. So it's very ambiguous how long something takes to make, right? And that's why, there's a skill to be able to do it all is a skill. And when I've said this before, I actually, in the grand scheme of things, do not consider myself insane execution. I don't consider myself to have an insane execution in the grand scheme of combo tech dudes, whatever. Now, maybe better than the normal person. And especially, if you consider how the community is nowadays, where they try to downplay execution as being a skill, I'm insane. Especially when you have other tech guys, they macro every button, you know what I mean? Tool assisted shit, you know what I mean? Splicing combos together. People have been caught doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like me, no macros, nothing like that. That shit is bullshit, especially when you're trying to show off a skill. How can you say that you are skilled at something and try to take credit for being skilled at something when you're using so many different like macros and all this kind of bullshit? Well, you're taking the execution out of the equation, okay? So again, execution, I've never considered myself that crazy. Even though I do Kai Impossible combo real matches, all that kind of shit. In the grand scheme of combo people, I don't consider myself the best. But when we're talking about being creative and having the ability to actually lab it and look at an idea and see it through, then obviously I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of anyone creatively because I know I can look at a game and I can tell how it's going to work. And I've proved that game after game, character after character. It's ridiculous. It's obnoxious, right? The audacity. The audacity of you, Bob. The audacity. You know what I mean? So I can look at something and see how it's going to work, right? And the way you can get better at that is you, like I say, you play a lot of different games. And then you can put that knowledge of playing many different games, and you can then apply that knowledge to then the brand new game you want to play. Because you can see how the pieces fit into your new puzzle, right? I played this game, so I'm like, okay, I have an idea how fighting games have worked in that game. I have an idea of this kind of fighting games, how things work. Now I see different aspects in this game. Can I put some of those pieces into this puzzle to quicken the process, right, of the theorizing? And, you got to be able to look at a game, and you got to be able to have something. You need to have, like, realistic expectations, too. And that's something that playing many different games will help you, too, right? Because you got to be like, realistically, it's plausible that this could work. It's been established that this often works, right? So that's like, that's a lot of that is just, knowledge throughout the years and having realistic expectations, know what is generally possible, not giving yourself false hope. And then the labbing, like I said, that labbing, there is a part of skill. There's skills to everything, right? Like there's some guys, they can only do combos. They could never come up with something themselves. They could never, that's why I say, no one has done what I've done for video games in terms of laying the foundation for games, changing the perspective on what is possible in a video game, from simple stuff that becomes foundational knowledge, B&B, that kind of stuff, to crazy combo video shit. No one has done that stuff, right? Now, maybe some people, and not everybody, like I know a lot of people are trying to do this tiger knee thing, right? You know what I mean? So some people finally did it. Guys say he finally did it, took him an hour, right? And that is a skill, right? I mean, and I'm like, hey, that's still good. It took him an hour to do it. I'm like, hey, it's a hard combo. You know what I mean? It's hard, right? I mean, there's no shame in the game for it taking long. There's a reason why I say when I talk about it, the idea of making it work is one of the hardest combos in fighting game history. I mean, there's no joke. I mean, the triple tiger knee loop that I did doesn't even involve the whiff version of it, which is even harder that I've done in some videos, right? So that is a labbing thing, you know what I mean? I had the knowledge from playing different games. I was like, I know I can make this work. Then you need the skill and the stubbornness to be able to then make those pieces actually fit in the puzzle. And then you need the execution to be able to do it. So there's 3 parts of it, right? And it's very rare, just like when I say in competitive games, it's rare to be able to see someone that can do both. They can talk about a game and then can actually do what they talk about. A lot of people can't do either of them. And then when the off chance that someone can do one of them, they probably can only do one. Just like combo video people, maybe some people, well, actually I'm not very impressed with many people in terms of their smarts, but let's assume that some people are not retarded, right? You know what I mean? Let's assume there's some other smart people. Maybe they can look at something like, okay, I can theorize this. Maybe some people, I feel like labbing is probably the easiest thing to get at. You just got to be stubborn. Have no life or be stubborn, okay? You know what I mean? And that's one of the things, and that's one of the things why I say that I am a stubborn person. And it's one of the reasons why I talk about I had to get good at being able to practice in my head, because you can be fucking sure I do not want to lab a combo for fucking 15 minutes and then not be able to do it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes if I'm labbing a combo, like I said, I try not to play video games more than a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there. I don't want to be sitting down for hours and playing video games. So I need to be able to look at a game and tell how it's going to work. I don't want to do any of the brainstorming process while I'm playing a game. The idea is there. Let's lab it. Let's get it going. Because I don't want to be in training mode for 15 minutes getting pissed off at myself, and then I got to go do the combo. I want the labbing to take as quickly as possible, right? And that's for competitive games too. That's why I think about games. I had to teach myself that too, because I've had surgery on my hands. So it's not realistic for me to lab a long time anyway. So you know what I mean? There's a skill to all of it. There's like 3 components to it for sure, right? And for one thing, though, I will say, I think labbing is easier nowadays because, I know some people, God, I saw some dudes trying to say that I pause to do all my combos, which is ridiculous. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm trying to teach you guys how to get better at labbing, right? I'm going to give you 2 different examples. I'm going to give you a Guilty Gear example, and I'm going to give you a Dragon Ball FighterZ example. Right? Dragon Ball FighterZ is super easy to lab in, right? because it has that little orange meter there, and you can just keep pausing it to see what's working. So that's why when I show you when I'm pausing, and I only pause when I'm trying to show you how it fucking works. My combo videos are not all pause. I don't macro. I don't do any of that shit, okay? Stop making up excuses that you suck, okay? Especially when I'm trying to help you. But I'm trying to show you that it's very easy to lab things nowadays and to get your brain working and to see those possibilities, because you can actually see the stun on the meter. So while you're doing the combo, you can keep pausing, and then you can look at that orange meter and you're like, okay, I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work. And you just do it very slowly, step by step. And then you're like, boom, I got it. Now I know this works. Now you do the combo in one go, right? That's why a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ and that kind of stuff, it's actually a very fucking, it's an easy thing. It's like, it's fucking helping you, right? So that just goes to show you why there's 3 components then, because you have a game that is actually helping you lab, and some people aren't smart enough to use the tools or have the knowledge about how video games work to use these tools properly, right? And a way that I used to, help myself with combos and Guilty Gear is, what I would do is, because there's no orange bar, what I would do is, and this is going to sound pretty ghetto. You want to know what I would do? Because, Guilty Gear has, weight system and all this kind of shit. So what I would do is I would take a character and I would theorize, how long is this combo going to be in my head? This combo that I'm trying to do. I have the idea, the pieces are there, but how am I going to practice this combo? Because the combo, as it gets longer, that sort of monkey wrench in it, is the guy's going to be getting heavier. So you want to know what I would do? Since you can't pause the game, you can't see the weight getting heavier, you can't see the frames, you want to know what I'd do? I would just basically, with Kai, if there was a Kai, I would just super fireball. Set the meter to infinite, keep doing super fireball until the character was very heavy, then I would run through the combo. And I'd be like, okay, because this is how heavy the guy's going to be at this point in the combo. Or if it was a different character, you know what I would want to do? I'd do, and it's boring, but I would do it, I would just run up RC, run up RC, run up RC, run up RC. I get to 10 hits, and I'm like, okay, this is how heavy the guy's going to be in the combo. Now practice this part. And then once you're like, okay, I have a feel how that's going to work, do it all in one go, right? So anyway, point is, how long does it take to do combos? It's ambiguous. You know what I mean? Some combos, it takes longer to lab than it takes to do the combo. Some combos, it only takes a couple minutes to lab. Okay, I can see this works. This is pretty easy. Now it's just a matter of doing it. Some combos take a long time to lab. Some combos take, a long time to do, right? So it's very ambiguous, right? So I guess you'd have to give me some examples of stuff, but exactly what combo and how long it took to lab, how long, whatever, right? But, again, the Tiger Knee one is a great example, because brainstorming that one, I looked at it and I was like, instantly, I'm like, I know I can make this work. Then when I first was labbing it, I was like, okay, this is going to be a problem. How am I going to set this up? So I don't know how long it took. But then once I had the knowledge that I could do it, I'm like, okay, I got this. Like that triple solo one, that took a couple of minutes to lab. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is going to work. Pause it a little bit. Okay, this is how this is going to work. It's going to go to this point. Boom. Now let me do it all in a row. You know what I mean? Then it took like 15 minutes, Certain things that still take time to lab would be if you were doing actual Tiger Knee links, with Tiger Knee links, that stuff is extremely fucking hard to even lab, right? You know what I mean? Let alone to do. But it's so specific, you know what I mean? But that's why I'm saying a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ generally, it's so easy to lab. It's just a matter of, will you put in the effort? And do you have that other component of combo videos of actually being able to see what's there in front of you? Anyway, remember, if you like these videos, like, sub, comment, support the channel. Thanks.